Squad, Joe, listen to this pod show. Worldwide, bro, you know how the vibe go. Facts and law, we give it to you real and raw. Facts and law, yeah, we give it to you real and raw. Real and raw, real and raw.
Check it out, man. Facts and Law, we back.
We back.
With another one.
Yeah.
Feels good to do another episode. We back and we living.
Yeah.
Hey.
I was gonna say, Joe, we did some different things the last couple of weeks too, man.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, we've been online with it, streaming.
You know what I'm saying?
First time we did it.
Yeah. So
we're gonna do more.
yeah, that's something also we want y'all to tune in to, because we're starting to do. We'll be doing like weekly panels where not only do we have to have these conversations here in the studio, but we'll be able to have at least 8 people call in with us, and we'll do panels on YouTube Live, you know what I'm saying, via StreamYard, and you'll get a chance to, chop it up with your boys, you dig? So, y'all be looking for that,
Because y'all know what we doing over here. We building this thing brick by brick.
That organic shit.
That's the only way we do it. Hey, if this y'all first time checking us out, shame on you. But in the meantime, please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the like. Hit that notification bell to get notified every single time we drop content. And while you at it, please, share this joint and leave a comment below and argue with this guy.
I mean, I don't do that much arguing. Unless I got time. Sometimes I be having time. You know what I'm saying? I got time today, cuz.
I like them shoes, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. These
joints fire.
I bought these on a whim down at my baby graduation when we was down in Jackson.
Jackson,
and I was like,
Mississippi.
I wanted to find something.
Pause. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You had a child graduate from where?
Jackson State.
University?
Yeah.
You had a child that just graduated?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm no judgment, but okay,
It's all right.
congratulations.
I appreciate it.
Congratulations to you and mom.
Y'all know
and
the
your
baby
daughter.
girl just
Well,
did her
wow.
thing. Yeah, so
Okay.
we had to go down there and do it right for her. But yeah, I saw him, and then see, I'm one of them fortunate ones. I could fit women's sizes, so you know what I'm saying.
Women?
Yeah, these are women.
Oh,
well, you know how they do the women.
Yeah.
You know how they do the women exclusives.
fire, though.
You got the best colorways. I'm like, let me go and get that 11 and a half. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know what I'm saying?
We done went over the ground rules. You know,
Yeah.
we done told the public, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
Let them know who we got.
Hey man, we got a good panel today, man. You know what I'm saying? To my left, I'm gonna introduce you and tell them a little bit about yourself, Miss Kiana.
Hey, soulmates. I'm Kiana Shatine. First, let me just say thank you to these gentlemen for allowing me to be here today and allowing me back, because as I was telling him when I got here, you all were the first ones I actually shared the beginning of my journey with.
Yeah.
You all allowed me the space and the opportunity to be able to do that when I was still going through that. So I just want to thank you all. Much love and gratitude, and I'm
Absolutely.
grateful to be here today.
Yeah.
5 years later, a whole different
5 years
person.
later. Whole different platform, whole different,
Yes.
like a lot has changed since
Yeah.
then,
Oh,
but
man.
y'all can still check that episode out on the I Am Superfacts podcast. You'll see, what we were doing at that time and how it's evolved to where we at now. You dig? Yeah, man. It's
Better
a real
camera.
powerful one.
Better camera.
Yeah,
I go back and look at those episodes. Like,
Gotta start somewhere.
Hey, I
that
was
camera was dark.
Hey, I was on their ass. Man, I was on their ass.
We in 4K now.
All right, and now to the left of Miss Kiana, we have Miss Larita. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
So I am Larita. I'm an actress. I was on Tyrant Part 1. If you haven't seen Tyrant,
Yeah.
Like Father, Like
I saw
Son,
you.
go and check that out on Tubi.
Good
It was
movie.
#1 for a while.
Yeah.
And we're also filming Part 2 right now, which I will
Yeah.
also be in.
Nice.
A lot of great stuff coming, so you'll be seeing me more.
Absolutely. Hey, y'all heard what she said. You think you like Part 1? Coming a whole different
Part
way,
2
Part
ain't
2.
nothing like Part 1.
You know what I'm saying? They let your boy put his fingers in it too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in that pot stirring it up too. So yeah, man, we working, man. I had a chance to spend all day on set Monday.
Yep.
Working, grinding. It was a good time. Y'all will see it coming soon.
Yes.
Yeah, man. But what's up, Joe?
So I got a question that I'm gonna ask, right? But I don't want y'all to answer it just yet because I'm gonna play a video right after. Okay? Y'all got that?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So, can people, or are you guys culturally racist? Don't answer. Just think about it. All right? So I'm gonna play a video, okay?
And this is how part of our culture is to frown upon dark-skinned people. It's been passed down to us by the Spaniards, by our colonizers, by the people that conquered us, taught us that dark skin is inferior, light skin is superior. We were taught that. It was passed down to us, meaning it's part of our culture. That doesn't mean I'll go out in the streets and want to hurt black people because they're black. Right. It means that our teachings, the way we're raised, is that we are raised to subconsciously believe that dark skin is inferior and light skin is superior. My grandmother was visiting one day from Mexico. She's never lived in the United States. She has no idea what life is out here. She was watching Univision News, where they depicted a black American committing a crime. She turned around and said, "Oye, estos negros solo estorban, ¿verdad? Hey, these black folks, all they do is get in the way, huh?" Here's the interesting part. She's never met a black person in her life. She has no idea what it's like to interact with a black person, but yet she already has an opinion about black people as a whole. Why? Because part of our culture, in this particular case, Univision News, since we were children, we have been subliminally taught that blacks are bad, criminals, etc. And whites are good, decent, giving, saviors.
That's the end of it.
Yeah.
So,
Send me that, and you can.
I got you.
Yeah, because we're going to put it in here.
So, the question was, you yourself, are you guys culturally racist, or do you think people are culturally racist?
Yes. What he said is not news. We've been knowing this for years as black people, that we have a light skin, dark skin thing has been going on for generations back to slavery time. I can tell you, for me personally, the reason why I have that story in my mind is he's right, because of a story that I was told when I was a little girl. My mother was sexually molested by a dark-skinned man. So I think I'm 7. So she told me this so that I can be aware, but it created this stigma and this fear in me that dark-skinned men are rapists. And then every time, it would be a raper man on the South Side, that would be the description. And it terrified me. So I did have that stigma in my mind, and I did gravitate towards lighter men. And my family would tease me about only dating lighter men. I don't do that anymore. I've since rewrote that story and realized that we are all humans, we're all people. Shade does not matter, because people look at me and judge me because of my skin tone, and they do. And I'm sure you've dealt with it a lot. So that is true, and we definitely need to rewrite that and did that as well, because I'm tired of that too.
Yeah, I can piggyback off that. Just growing up, with me and my brother, some of us are light skinned, some are dark skinned. So my mom had to keep teaching to us, like, it doesn't matter the skin color that you have, because when my brothers were growing up, they would say that my older brother was too light, and then they would say the darker one was too dark. So she had to teach us all in the house, like, we all family, we come in different colors, we're supposed to love each other's, but it is taught that light skin is better than dark skin, or you go places and they like dark skin is better than light skin. I grew up being called white girl because I had color eyes, so it was like, oh, well, you're too light to be just light skinned. Your parents somebody got to be white, so you feel like you're better than us. And it was never that. Like, I've never presented myself in that way. Even now, I'll have certain people that ask me, like, oh, you must be mixed with white. Is white equivalent to looking nice? Because you don't have to be a certain race to look a certain way. And even in certain areas, I can just say, just for everybody, you go through certain areas and you've heard about that area. It's like, don't go there. You don't want to stop there. But we've been taught that, because we can go in those areas sometimes and nothing happens at all. Yeah. But we've been taught, don't stop on this street. Don't go on that street. So I think unknowingly we all have that in
We do.
us, and it's just a part of trying to get past it and get better, like
Yeah.
you said, so that we can break that cycle. It's kind of like a generational curse, but it's just a curse over the entire nation where that everybody is doing the same thing.
I can dig it. Here's the thing now. Am I culturally racist? Quite possibly. But that's also can come from a place of ignorance, right? Because like, going back to what he said about his grandmother, like, she had no clue. She's just based it off what was portrayed to her. So, like, even in our own, own communities, as a kid driving in a car, somebody cuts you off, your parents might say something. It might be culturally insensitive or a stereotype. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you know of that particular person. You know what I'm saying? Or hearing that. So you may have these preconceived notions on something you have no idea about. The thing is, as a whole, is what's being portrayed. Asians have their stereotypical person. Blacks, we got our stereotypical people. Mexicans have their stereotypical people. Only ones that don't really have a stereotype is white folks. You know what I'm saying? They have it's
Don't they though?
yeah, like what is the like a, you know what I mean?
Usually when
they
it's
all-
a serial
you know what
killer,
I'm saying?
typically
They all
when it's a
smell
serial
like,
killer, we always assume
wet
it's the white
dogs.
man.
I mean, yeah.
So they do have some stereotypes. But no, you're right. We all have these conditioning, these stories, these things that we were taught, and that's why I was like, it's time to rewrite these stories. It's time to let go of the patriarchal norm, the BS. This is 2024. Times have changed. Technology has evolved. The world is different.
Yeah.
We need to be different. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I can't believe that I didn't know that it was Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. How come I did not know that? I didn't even know this was a thing.
because
Because men don't get that same.
people don't care about a man's mental
Because
health.
I know, because
It's
that's
not
how
a-
society.
But it's
Right,
not,
and-
but here's my thing. It's also not just society.
It's not.
It's also, honestly, the way it should be to an extent. And and I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not talking about the super serious, but you can't coddle men every time they feel bad. You can't, like, bro, you got to get out your feelings. That's part of it. You know what I mean? Like, there's
What do
always,
you mean by get out your feelings?
so there's always a super serious side and different things that do demand, you to pay attention to and feel it. You have no choice.
Right.
But to sit around, like, whining and crying about your feelings is going to get us nowhere.
That's
You know
not
what I'm saying?
that's not what I define
Yeah.
as men's mental health.
Yeah.
It's allowing them to be able to express it, to feel it. But then it's like, okay, so what's next? It's not
Right.
to wallow and
exactly.
be
Yeah.
sitting in it and feel sorry for yourself. But we all do that. Men, women, everybody. So again, stop being the victim and use that as a strength, a triumph. That does not have
Keep
to
it going.
define you.
Yep.
Right. So again, but
And
being
this
able
day
to
and
help
age,
men to know that I see that and I want you to know you can express that. I'm going to support you in that space. I'm not going to put you down. I'm also not going to allow you to just feel sorry for yourself
Right.
either.
Again,
So-
like, all right, let's
Right.
get up, because you know
Absolutely.
what? That's what I always talk about. I'm gonna keep it real. You do raise boys and girls differently because it's a different dynamic. The way the world is going to treat him versus the way the world is going to treat her. You know what I mean? The world is going to treat a man, especially a young black man, a whole lot harsher. Your skin gonna have to be tough, boy. You're gonna have to muscle through. You know what I mean? And I do it with small things in my house. If it's a bug upstairs, I tell my son, go make sure you take care of your sisters and kill it for him. He's the smallest one in the house. But the thing is, these are the type of things that he's gonna have to learn. Don't come to me crying because you see a bug. It's gonna piss me off. As me raising my boy, like, real talk. Do you want your man screaming at you? God damn it, because it's a spider in the house. You can't even lean on him to do shit because he got coddled and treated like a girl and running in the corner with his mama and the rest of them scared of a damn spider. You know what I mean? And it's the shit like that you teach them. Now I tell my daughters the same thing, but they not having it. He got to break that now.
And it's learning how to communicate in a healthy
It's
way.
always about
That's
communication.
what a lot of it is you do have, I can't speak for a man because I'm not a man, but just seeing certain things, you have a lot of men, like you said, it is a lot of ignorance that comes into play with that they don't know what they should do. They're kind of learning. I'm going to just say I got boys. I'm more soft on them. I'm mom, so I see certain things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's my baby. And then dad got to come in
Real
like, hey, bring it up, but then there has to be a balance between him and I,
does.
because then we don't want to teach our sons that your feelings just don't matter.
Right.
How do you communicate that and get past it?
Right.
And a lot of times that's not taught. It's more so just the mom having to do it, and then the dad doing something different, and nobody is working together.
Yeah, and I think we have different roles as well. You know what I mean? Between
We
parents.
do.
You know, his mother is to be the more nurturing. I'm the teacher, the guider. You know what I mean? To show you how to honestly be a man, because
Right.
he's going to want a woman that is nurturing. So his mother is
Exactly.
showing him what a woman does.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
how a woman treats a man by seeing me and the way she treats him. You know, he's not gonna have to worry about a woman talking to him all kind of crazy
part.
and downgrading, because he's just not gonna put up with it. That's not
Yeah.
what he saw. That's not what he's gonna be used to. Same thing with my daughters. They're gonna see it how it's supposed to be done,
Yeah.
and it's completely different the way you raise a man versus the way his mother's gonna raise him. I have to teach him, hey, sit up straight. Look at a man in his eyes when he's talking, and all that kind of stuff that women you probably wouldn't even think of. You might, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's just certain things as raising a boy. I finally get a chance to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I had, because I got 3 daughters first, and my son is the youngest.
Okay.
Now, granted, my nephew, it's like my son, raised him, and they used to always, oh, you too hard on him. Shut up. I got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, because that matters. They have, like, a lot of times they'll be like, oh, you too hard on him, and not even understand how men talk to men. When he's in a room with his homies, you don't want him being a soft one that can't talk back, can't stand on his own ground, want to coddle in the corner because it's getting too rough in there. Nah, a man need to know how to stand up for himself, stick his chest out. If he gonna talk shit, I'm gonna talk shit back, and we gonna be good. He can't be over there sobbing and shit because they picking on him. What are you talking about? That's not who I'm raising. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not. So
No, I agree with that.
it's just a
1,000%.
different thing.
Yeah.
That's true, and I'm a boy and mom as well, and my husband and I, we're divorced, and my son primarily stays with his dad, and I know he
How old
needs
is he,
that.
if you
My
don't
son's 16. He'll be
Right, so
17 in November.
especially
Right,
there,
and there was
yeah.
no argument. Like, absolutely, I cannot teach him how to be a man. I don't know the first thing about being a man, but I know how to support a man and love a man, and encourage a man to be that man, to be his best when he shows up in the world, like you said, when he has to fight and fend and defend and be a protector and be a provider. He can come home and know that he can rest that shit, leave that at the door, and you gonna have somewhere safe to let that shit go, and then get up and let's do it again. That's what it's about. That's, I think, the thing that we need to see on a level of men and women. Like you said, it has to be a balance. We all kind of have to have that masculine and feminine energy within us, so we pull it out at different times, at different moments. So,
Because if you have someone broken, whether it's mother or father, bringing up kids, those kids become broken too.
that's true.
Because you have nobody, you got the blind leading the blind. So it matters for everybody mental health to be in a good space, because those kids are looking at, we the first
reflection of
ones. And that's why you get kids sometimes that come to school and they bullies. It come from within their house first, and you see kids that are really, off to themselves. Sometimes it's because they're also damaged in the house, and school is the only place that they have just to have a breath of fresh air.
That's true.
Yeah, kids be dealing with a lot, don't even know how to express it.
Yeah.
And they don't, because the parents don't. And that's the thing. And it's like, so like you said, when do we break this generational, this family trauma and rewrite this? Because we can't continue to live like this. This is not working.
One thing I'd say is, in some scenarios that I've seen, it's also, the damage don't even have nothing to do with you. You know what I mean?
And it normally don't.
You don't know how you just got to try and work through it the best you can.
Yeah.
'Cause shit,
Sometimes it's just passed down.
Always is, though.
It usually.
Usually.
Yeah.
That's just like when you have growing up, your mom and the auntie might not be talking, and you carry that.
Now
And
you
it's like, this
involved.
don't have nothing to do with me. But then now you feel obligated to defend your mother because you in some stuff now that has nothing to do with you, and it passed down to the kids, and the kids' pass it down.
that's family business, though. It's always. But I mean, it happens so
Everybody,
frequently.
everybody
It's you have no choice when you have people with these deep rooted every day of their life situations that they have to deal with and navigate as adults and everything that get thrown at them throughout. I remember being a shorty and seeing just different arguments with some of my older family members. I'm talking about, I remember being 6, 7 and not having a clue or understanding what the fuck going on.
Right.
And then as an adult, you be like, makes total sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know.
So, but why can't we just stop that? Like, why can't we talk about it? Because, like you said, it's communication. Let's stop brushing it under the rug. Let's stop acting like it's not
because you're a kid.
No, I'm not talking about it as a kid. I'm talking about
I'm
now.
like, I thought you were saying it like.
God, no.
I think people do. You know what I'm saying? Like with family situations, I think people do, because you be like, you remember when they was beefing, but now we at this next barbecue and everybody cool.
But do we address that part? Because then it happens again. I see it in my family. I come from a family full of women, and they in and out all the time. But it's like, did you ever address the issue? And why do you keep falling in and out? Because really, like you said, it's not even really about the other person. Sis, it's about you. What's going on? Because you keep lashing out, taking it out, and having the same argument with the same person. I'm going to need you to start to question
Let me
yourselves.
just speak on just really quick. My mother, I had to ask her, you know, why didn't you go and change what your mother told you and what was brought down? And she said, we were brought under what happens in the house stays in the house. We sweep this under the rug and we keep going. If it didn't kill you, it didn't break you, then you just keep it going. And you have some, there are a lot of families that I've come across where that you would think it's like some type of cult, but it's kind of like in mesh families, which is like a whole different realm of things, but they have that one leader of the family and everybody falls under it. And people use this narcissist word so much. Everybody is not narcissists. Some people
don't know what the hell narcissism is.
Yes, everybody just want to use that word now, but you have enmeshed families. You have families that they grow up in such a dysfunctional place where that they build these trauma bonds and grow up and meet people and build a trauma bond, and then you get in these relationships. You don't know you trauma bonding with these people. You have similarities, but it's two people that meet that's broken. Right. They keep going until somebody say, I need some help or something is wrong. But then a lot of times you say you're getting help, it's like, oh, you crazy. Like something wrong with you, or you don't need to do that, but we go to the doctor if something is wrong. We go for our physical body, but it's just a lot of stuff. I do think sometimes it's culturally just rooted down into us that we shouldn't do certain things, and we just follow them. And some things, it's like, even some of the stuff I say to my kids, it's just something I heard growing up, and it's like, well, why you say that?
What you think?
I'm going to say, oh man. For example, this is gonna sound real crazy, so don't judge me.
You don't have to put the disclaimer out. Sis.
Don't cut the police gonna come pull us over.
But here's the thing.
Hey,
look. That ain't one of them.
On in the car.
But see, to me, that's
don't turn the light on in the car.
I think we've all said it
because it's true.
I never
in some
said
scenarios.
it.
In some scenarios, but it's not actually illegal the way that it was taught to us. Like it's illegal to have it on. But
that's
it's
how
only,
it was taught.
Yeah, like, and then you ask your parents, like, why? Because you just don't do it.
Yeah.
I know why, though. You know what I'm saying? Here's my thing. As a black man, I told this story to me and my cousin was just on the phone talking the other day, and I'm like, cuz, I've been pulled over in my life no less than 30 times and probably only received tickets 4 or 5 of the times. You dig what I'm saying? You know, that's just giving them more visibility to see your black ass. You know what I'm saying? And if it's like, I'm gonna keep it real. Growing up, we knew if it's more than if you in your car by yourself, you got a much better chance of them not fucking with you.
Oh yeah.
But if you got 2 of your homies in there, you're getting pulled over. In this city, you are. You dig what I'm saying? So that light, all that, you got to think. Driving through town to town, you turn that motherfucking light on. Oh, they know they see some niggas now. Go on here, pull them over. So, you know, that's...
But I think that's where it came. That's the thing. Like, it wasn't because it was illegal. No. My grandparents grew up in a point where that they couldn't have lights on because of who they were. And then that passed down to their kids. And then it's like, oh, this illegal. And then come down to me, my 11-year-old, like...
They're questioning. I love this generation.
Why do we have to do that? And that's another thing. Like, well, don't ask me no questions.
Why not?
That's people that don't know the answer. That's
the thing.
They didn't know
you
that,
don't know the answer.
But when you know the answer, the thing
then
is,
you give them the answer.
And it's not about being illegal. it's not good for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
So
black
just
ass.
say that then.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
what I'm
the
saying,
reason.
like, but
Yeah,
it
if they
was
didn't know,
something
they
that
just look.
was-
I said what I said. Don't turn
I
it
get
on.
it.
You know what I'm
Crazy.
saying? Like you embedded in them because it's
Yeah,
one of
that's
those learned behaviors. Because it's about self-preservation. You know what I'm saying? We know you don't want them pulling you over for nothing.
Yeah.
I don't care. Don't pull me over to say I had have a nice day. Just let me go do my shit.
go about my
I ain't
business.
breaking no law. Leave me the
Right,
fuck alone.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have that interaction because we all know that can go completely left for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? More often than not, we
course.
know, oh, it could be a real bad day. You dig what I'm saying? And that's in our DNA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's from years and years of dealing with that shit. And that's one of those passed down laws, but that's a good one. That's a good one because I definitely know it might not be illegal, but it ain't good for us.
Right,
You know
the
what
less
I'm saying?
attention the better.
Less
of course,
attention the
you know
better.
that.
Yes,
you
and
know.
these kids now, they so smart, like you said. My sons question everything, and I do get some people that tell me like that's disrespectful. And it's
'Cause
like,
we
no,
weren't
it's
used
not
to that.
disrespectful.
We wasn't allowed.
They're asking the
ask.
question. If they're not asking me in a disrespectful way, they're curious. They want to know why is this happening. But that was something that we didn't. Has some people didn't have that voice to ask. So it was just like I said what I said, do what I
said so.
said. I'ma smoke
ask
cigarettes.
me.
Don't you smoke cigarettes?
Right.
But I'ma blow the smoke in your
Kids are meant
face.
to be seen. I heard, we could.
Yeah, because I'm stuck and addicted already, so your ass can do this stupid shit. I can't get this shit up if I want it. I don't smoke cigarettes. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
shit ain't easy. So
Do as I say, not what I
Hey,
do.
This is terrible. You know what I'm saying? But,
And I grew up hating cigarettes.
Yep,
My
me
father
too.
was
Look,
a cigarette
my pop
smoker.
smoked
Same.
cigarettes, and I remember stealing a couple of his cigarettes, and me and my homies going to smoke them. And
Didn't
Pop
we all
smoked.
do that?
He smoked Cools. Listen, that was the best thing he could have did because I could not stomach that shit. I was smoking, be spitting. I'm
Man.
like, how
Really?
you? Like I never liked it. I never liked it. Never cigarettes
Yeah.
never caught on.
The one time I tried it, I got nicotine poisoning. So
Damn.
God said, you won't do that again. Like in less than an hour later, I could vomit. I was just dizzy.
No, I tried it the one time.
Nope.
Just 'cause
They
I
do them
was old
jewels and
enough.
shit though.
They do
Yeah,
what?
that's
Juul?
right because that's
The
came
like,
popular in
it's the
their
nicotine.
generation.
It's the next.
The
the
pens,
vapes,
the vapes.
yeah,
Yeah,
vapes.
yeah.
Oh.
You see the high school kids doing it.
Yeah, that's
and-
all they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the cool shit.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Again,
no.
see how they just keep trying.
It's the new
I
cool.
tried
Trying to
cigarettes
repeat
one
history, trying
time
to wipe
only
us
because
out.
I can buy them.
Slowly, surely.
Bought a whole pack and was like just coughing.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin, she gonna get me. She actually turned into a cigarette smoker from that one day.
Turned out.
And she was like, she would sit around and be like, I'm just nervous. And I'm like, well, what you finna do? I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. But we like 19. Why you finna just smoke a
That's
cigarette?
normally
Well,
when you start in high school. Yeah.
Hey, that's wild business. No, I just smoke reefers.
You got something?
Yeah, so I was
Real quick before we switch.
Yep.
Can you
Pull it
that
up.
mic?
They keep hitting your chain.
Yeah.
Put it-
just
put it like right
lift
here.
it up. Yeah. Just lift it. There you go.
Okay.
Right there.
Yep.
What was
So facts. This was something that I put in the chat probably yesterday. Did y'all see? I saw this thing that congrats to Boy Meets World's Trina McGee is pregnant at 54.
Who is she?
So the black girl on Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't remember no black girl.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was.
It's been a later season.
Yeah, it was a little bit later, and she was. What's his name? His best friend, girlfriend.
Sean.
Yeah, when they tried to, try and put some color on TGIF, you know what I'm saying? And she's found herself
54.
pregnant at 54 years old.
Yeah, you know how I feel about that.
Thoughts on that?
I mean, it's great. That's awesome for her, but I don't believe a woman should be getting pregnant in the 50s. So, it's just how I feel. I feel like a woman shouldn't have a baby out to 39. So,
What y'all think? Y'all got any opinions on it?
I just, it couldn't be
If
me.
that worked for her.
But, because what? 54.
Bro,
Right.
like,
Because I feel like when you at that age, now
How is that possible medically?
your
that's
child.
what I'm saying.
She ain't menopausal? I need answers.
Yeah, your
How,
child
Sway,
is
did she
kind of
get
like
pregnant?
a
High risk.
grandparent would.
Extremely
child.
high risk.
Bruh, when I tell you,
I would be so scared. The one
That part.
as a
Yes.
man,
And
being
that's my
scared
thing. I just
Yeah.
want them
her.
to be safe. I want the baby and her to be safe. I don't want you to risk
'Cause
your
that's a
life
scary thing.
trying to bring a life in the world. You know, you got to think
I
about.
don't care how great a
Yeah,
shape you
I
in.
don't
The
know.
Brett just had one at 50. Right?
Brad.
Almost
Yeah.
50.
Oh, yeah,
That's
you're
true.
right.
She was, what, she 47, 48?
No, she was like
I think she's
49.
I don't think she. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's 50.
Wow, that's-
you know what I'm saying? Like that's
kinda-
50 to me. You feel me? She was 49 when she
Yeah, that's 50.
was pregnant. So I don't know if she was 50 by the time she had it.
Yeah.
But I just think that's kind of, I think that's irresponsible.
Dangerous.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, you gonna be
You think,
64 chasing a 10-year-old?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
what we
Might keep them young though. I mean,
Because I done seen some 64,
we're
65.
aging backward.
that's
And-
10. All right, a 70. You gonna be 70 with a 15-year-old.
For 70-year
A
old.
15-year-old. A 15-year-old is like
I
probably
know
the
what you're
worst
saying.
age human.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like
You
they
gonna
are.
be tired. You ain't
they
gonna
are-
have
But
that
that's
same-
kind of
they
like
are
these
disgusting.
grandparents raising these
Yeah.
kids.
And
Yeah,
that's
but
what
it
it
ain't
is.
good.
It's downtown
It's not
at
good,
2
though.
a.m.
Yeah.
getting into fights with the police because their
Yeah.
grandparents can't do shit with
Yeah,
them.
they
Yeah.
tired.
That's what I'm saying. 70 with a 15-year-old,
Yeah.
bruh, I can't.
Is
Listen,
this her first baby?
I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know.
I think it's
It gotta be. I would
It's
imagine.
no, it can't be the first.
No, I think it's her
No.
first one.
No.
Google.
That's the only reason why she be. I would imagine it has to be
Yeah,
her
I don't
first
think
one because
she
she's
have
going
any
through a
other
lot
kids.
Like, yo,
to bring this
did
child
she-
into this world.
She just met a new man or something? Or, like,
Right.
is
Like
he
why
a younger
now?
man? Like, it's a lot of questions there, man. Cause
'Cause she
I know.
really
I have
happy.
tons of questions because
I mean, damn. You
biologically, I'm like,
I mean, she might be happy, but
I'm sure,
I
but
just
it's
feel like,
it's
Health wise.
yeah, man, I wouldn't have done it.
like
I wouldn't have got her
I'm
pregnant.
eager. I know.
I mean,
would
54
have.
and finding yourself pregnant is crazy.
You said
You know what I'm
fine.
saying? Like,
I just woke up pregnant.
you feel me?
I
Like,
found this baby in
you
me.
feel
I love
like
it.
it's insane. Like, you know,
Right.
like yeah, I just don't get it.
So each his
I
own.
think it's look, and I have an aunt that's like a year and a half, almost 2 years younger than me, right? But my mother's the oldest of like 13 after it's all said and done.
Okay.
Right? So, you know, it made sense, right?
Yeah.
You know, but my grandmother wasn't 54. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
like, bruh, that's wild.
I have a cousin. He had a child in his 50s.
No, that's completely
Men,
different.
oh
It's
yeah,
different.
y'all
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
they
shoot
can-
your
That's
flanks
completely different.
It's completely different, but
until the day
no,
you die.
I still no.
My granddad was having a
Male, female, do not have kids. Get nobody pregnant in your 50s, man.
Eh,
No.
I don't know. I think I look at it. I'm gonna keep it real. I look at it differently for men.
For men, so you cool? You okay with men getting
So-
a woman pregnant in 50s?
So the reason
Hell
being,
no.
so the reason being is that, let's keep it real, man. We're here for a different reason.
We're here to impregnate the world.
Well, no, I mean not only that, but to provide.
The
If you're in a
whole
situation, that's what I'm saying. If you're in a situation where you can
We're here to
actually
produce.
provide, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
long after you gone, then
Right, then
I don't
you're
see.
not-
It's
Say it
not.
again,
If
I'm
you can
sorry.
provide long after you gone, it's a bit different. You know what I'm saying? Like if you 50 and a millionaire,
That-
billionaire,
and you know what?
you can provide. You got your.
I
They'll
was
be
gonna
set
say
up
that.
financially, and
Yeah.
you die when they 20.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean that ain't bad. You know
I
what
was
I'm
going to
saying?
say that money is the reason why I would do something like that, but I have to be loaded.
And
have to be.
I won't even say
I
just
can't be
loaded.
me right now and at 50.
I would just
still
say
getting somebody pregnant.
just successful enough to where you know if you gone in 20 years,
Yeah,
they good.
they gonna
But
be
like,
financially
now,
good.
yeah, but now 70 is irresponsible. As hell.
Cause then
You
what's
don't
their
even
name?
get a
What's their
chance.
name?
We still shooting
Yeah.
in 70s?
Yeah, Al
This nigga-
Pacino and
Al
Robert De
Pacino got
Niro
one on
just
the way.
baby, and they
I know that.
You
You
know,
know,
yeah.
yeah.
At least to the day we die. They might
And-
be
I thought
a
it
few.
turned to
Hey,
dust.
Hey,
literally,
it might have
until
been
the day
a-
y'all die.
Might have been a
As long
machine,
as
they
a
can
machine gun in
As
the
long
young
as
Big
it's
still
a
gonna
little,
be
the
like-
little mark period. As long as they still swimming,
but it's still gonna
they
shoot.
still work. But I guess you're right. That's the way
Mhm.
Most
Yeah.
High made us. He made us where we had to stop at a certain age, bearing
Yeah.
children.
Because it's
Yeah.
so
Them
much
little
stress on
blanks.
your body.
No, I
That's why it's
concur.
completely-
That's why I did it
completely
once.
different.
I wonder what she's going through, like what type of like physical
Me
therapy,
too.
what type of
Mhm.
Hormonal. I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah,
intrigued
yeah,
by that because I'm like,
Yeah.
she has to be menopausal. So how is this working? I'm so like, as a woman, I'm
She
so
doesn't know.
intrigued
She
by
just
that.
found it.
They probably did.
Was
She
she
just
like,
found
wait, is she
herself
trying to say it
pregnant.
was immaculate conception?
I don't know. She said she found herself pregnant. Her and her husband found
Had to
themselves
do something
pregnant.
medically then.
I feel like in vitro or
Clearly.
something. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course
That's
it
a
was.
deliberate move, which I
Yeah.
think is personally irresponsible too. 54 as a one, like real talk. That birth, that's a lot.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And then 54, like
Unless she probably not gonna have it naturally then.
Oh yeah,
Probably
she's
not,
extremely high risk.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised she'd be on bed rest
the entire time.
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
because
See, I don't know. I'm illiterate to that
because
type of stuff.
any
Like,
Yeah.
35 and up,
They're
What
gonna
women
have
gotta
high
do,
risk.
like 50, she can't have the baby naturally. I'm
Shit,
literate
no,
to that
Nah, but like
they gonna put her on bed rest right away.
probably.
Most
They
likely.
probably
'Cause
will.
super is
Well,
gonna
they
be high
have
risk.
to stuff her. It's gonna be something, but she will probably eventually go to bed rest.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't see how
Who
her body will be
advising
strong
them?
enough.
That's
I
no
would-
question. Right.
I would have been
Sometimes
like,
it's a doctor that wants some
Dr.
money.
Huxtable, I don't.
I mean, sometimes doctors do push for different things to get the work and get the
Yeah.
business.
Did she just?
And sometimes
She just
they
say
do
what I
get
think she
advised
said.
that they're not supposed to have it, and they're still like, I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
ain't nothing you can
Irresponsible.
tell. Yeah, man.
If it
Yeah.
needs to be, it'll be. I mean,
Yep.
That's a crazy one.
I mean, I wouldn't. It's just not recommended. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know too many women at that age that would even want to do that.
Right, at this
Because
point.
we're at the
That's
point where
traveling
we're like,
years.
what?
That's-
I'm done. Listen,
You
I'm
feel me?
40 and
Like-
I'm already like, okay, 2 more years. I'm going to do this, that, and the other because I know that's it. And I still have all this life. Life is just beginning for me. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I can't.
Let me ask y'all something. Anytime through y'all life, did y'all know a woman who would have sex, one night stand with a man on vacation, but when she's back here, she's playing hard to get?
Do I know
course.
anybody like that personally?
Through your life. It don't have to be you know somebody right now, but have you ever known someone?
Is this something that you know women
I'm
to
sure
do?
I have. I've never done a lot of traveling with like girls,
Just like
like
a girl
girl
trip.
trips, only really close friends, and they've always been in committed relationships. So no, I don't know anybody personally, but I'm sure that,
It's a thing.
yeah, I know it.
I've heard some
like
stories
this.
about it.
Y'all
Tell
want-
us. And tell the. It's only us here.
He said, and then to us.
I've heard of someone actually going out of town, having a one night stand, come back here and acting all bougie, like their body means something to them after they just went out there and did that. And I literally was just having this conversation. I'm like, why would you do that? And it was like, oh, because it's a different state. Well, what does it matter with a different state? And it's like, oh, because I'll never see that person again.
They just want, it's for the thrill.
Yeah, and
Just
it's
the
like
excitement of
that's not adventurous. One, that's degrading to yourself. You come back home. Some people come back home to relationships
That's true.
and will sit up and cry wolf about that happening with their man going out there, but you know you going out there doing the same stuff. So for me, and people might not like it, it's not a double standard. Women do it and men do it, but it's just worse when you find out a man do it, because you have some women that want to play goody good shoe and come back and act like she ain't did nothing, and then went on this girls trip and just had a whole man that she found out there, and then come back home and act like nothing ever happened. And for them, they try to act like, well, it was only one time, so it really don't matter. I didn't get the reason as to like a full reason why you do it. It was just the ignorant reason of, you know, well, because you're in a different state and ain't nobody gonna find out.
Typically.
But what if he fly here? And
Usually when it's one of those like fling type of things, those women are typically in committed relationships, married women who are not getting fulfilled at home, so they do that
I've heard that too.
to get that, you know, scratch
No.
that itch.
They
Yeah.
don't do that.
They do.
I've heard that.
They do that.
don't know.
I don't
Y'all
know
tell
many
us.
single women that come home, because usually the single women, if they like that there, they're gonna be like that here because they don't have a reason not to be. So usually the ones that are in committed relationships do those things
Yeah.
because they don't want to have no witnesses, no trace. You don't have no proof because this person can't get to me.
This person don't exist.
Period.
Yeah.
That was just somebody that thousands and thousands of miles away.
And that's why I
Millions.
don't travel with women. Like even
Yeah.
when I go on certain trips with other people, my guy's there with me because like if he can't come, then what are we doing? Because I'm
Right.
not going out to do what y'all doing.
Mhm.
And it matters when you go on those trips because sometimes those type of women, they invite men that they don't even know into an area
space.
and into your space, and you don't, anything can happen in that. So for me, I'm like, I'm just not going. Like if
'Cause
my
it-
guy can't go with me,
it
if
causes
it's not a
issues.
business trip,
Mhm.
then what we doing? Because I'm not doing this girls trip. Like I know the company that I want to keep, and this is not it.
Right, y'all in the Airbnb. You supposed this is
Exactly.
you and the girls, and they got niggas all in
First
here.
of all, that would not
Now you
ever
can't.
happen.
Now you can't answer your phone because they gonna hear them in the background.
Yeah.
Now y'all
Oh,
beefing
no.
and you ain't did shit, but these hoes done got you in some bullshit.
I don't know what
Yeah.
kind of girls them are, but those are not my friends. I did never roll with their crowd. I would never even go out of town with a woman that I didn't even trust or knew was messy. Oh yeah, no, that was never an option for me. I can't relate personally.
Because it can be with family too. Everybody got girl cousins that do certain stuff, and it's like, you know, my cousins know for a fact if something is different going on, you know, I'm gonna have something to say. They'll be like, I'll be like, why y'all ain't invite me? Oh yeah, because it wasn't even your type of.
They knew
Right,
you
you
were
wanna check this one out,
my
cuz.
cousins don't be inviting me, and then I'll be like, why y'all ain't tell me?
Because they know I'm the one
you
sitting
married?
there frowning.
I'm not
You
married
just
now.
gonna be
They still
chilling.
maybe that was why, I don't know.
Yeah, they would tell me. They'll be like, you be snapping too much, and I'm like, yeah, because the stuff that I see, because you all are my family. So as a woman, if I see you acting a certain type of way around men, I grew up with all brothers, so I'm the baby. I seen the stuff that my brothers did and the lines they played and all that, and they would come back to me to tell me these things. So when I would be around their friends, I already peeped game on what was happening. So when I would come, they would be like, oh, your cousin uptight. Like, we don't like being around her. She don't want nobody to be close to her. And it's like, no, like, I just respect myself enough to know, hey, we can talk, we can laugh.
And
keep
then
your
that's
personal
it.
space.
Right.
I think the
That's
good ones, the good friends around, when you just become family too. What's up, cuz? And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's that line is drawn. You know what I'm saying? It's the ones that
you
know.
do. Because family is who you make, and relatives is blood related.
Right, doesn't always mean family. Me and my bestie, well, she my big sister, say that all the time because she and I are so close, and she feels like she can't really be that way with her own family. And I'm like, it is like that because when you're in different places in your life and you've gone through different journeys and personal growth and development, you tend to outgrow each other, and it just is what it is. You still love them, but you just ain't gonna vibe and rock with them like that.
And the more you, like, I'm gonna just say, the more that I'm stepping into my purpose and doing the things that I want to do, you start seeing certain people fall off, and you start seeing the people that you like, man, I feel bad about this, but
nope,
we ain't going in the same direction.
We're growing apart.
So,
that's just like
I was having a conversation with my boy. I think that was maybe yesterday, or it might have been today. Might have been yesterday, right? And I'm just like, this cat that I'm talking about, I'm gonna say grew up together, but like for a while we was like this. You know what I'm saying? Like alike, doing all the same shit, this, that, and the other. And when you just see how far apart you've grown from that, who that person is, you trying to figure out like bro, what happened?
Right, how did you
You know what I'm saying? Like real talk.
You know what it could be? It could be he was like that the whole time. You just hadn't seen it.
He just grew. That's why.
You grew away from it.
Yeah,
I couldn't recognize.
I was probably having some fun or whatnot. Cause I got a homie. We don't even talk to this day. I can't even say a homie.
Right.
We don't talk to this day. We done been in the same place, and we just act like we want them dudes who was hanging out in the back of my crib playing a video game or something like that, and don't even know what it is, like what the real reason is that me and this man ain't even, talking. I see him, and we won't say nothing to each other.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's that thing where people are people sit up and say like your success is my success, but that's not the case, and people don't want to say it. But if I can't bring you up if you're not willing to bring yourself up. So if I have resources and I give you the tools and you do nothing with it, that's your fault. That's not my fault. So I'm not supposed to carry you on my back. You're supposed to carry yourself, and we go head toe to toe on, let me help you with this, you help me with that. But if we have nothing to exchange, then it's not an even
It's not really
fit. Like
reciprocity.
Yeah.
So how is it serving me? That's when I started realizing, how is this relationship serving me? How's this
What am I getting out
person
of this?
serving
Like,
me?
what
Right.
am I-
How's
yeah.
it? What is
Am I
this job? How is this
pouring into your
serving
cup,
me?
but
And
mine
then
is
it start
running empty?
feeling bad because then
'Cause
you're
it's
used to
uncomfortable.
doing these things for this person, and then it gets to a point where it's like, I can't do this for you, and then you're trying to feel like you're feeling guilty because it's like, I've always done this, but I no longer want to do it. I've grown from there.
Changes.
I will say that I'm fortunate that I'm blessed to have a good not give a fuck vibe. You feel me?
Yeah,
'Cause, like
yeah,
real
yeah,
talk.
What's your
Yeah.
Virgo. Big Virgo energy.
I feel
Big
you.
Some
Virgo
that y'all know we talk about.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? And I ain't even really a science person, but I know I'm a Virgo.
No,
You know
but
what I'm saying? My
yeah.
people's Virgos, and you know, we get shit done. But but on the real, you know, it's one of them things where like I got enough to worry about.
Real.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So it's
swear
just
to
real
God.
easy for me to keep it
Man,
moving.
dog.
One thing, hey, you know I'm gonna work. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep it moving. Tunnel vision is easy for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, hey,
I'ma holler at you.
you get in where you fit in, cause I ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna keep
Sometimes
grinding.
your homies, they be secretly envious of,
Oh,
your,
absolutely.
of your
And-
lifestyle. And
Absolutely.
They see you happy,
And
you know
winning.
what I mean? And
They,
winning.
They don't
and
celebrate you.
They don't want to celebrate.
And then, see,
They
that's
don't
my
have to
thing.
say
But
that.
Damn, we've been friends a long time.
yeah, but remember she said it. You come and you see people fall off.
Yeah.
I
It just
can't worry
naturally
about
happens.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at it like this. You know what I'm saying? Like a rocket, right? That rocket going up, so certain shit
shit
falling off
falling
that
off,
bitch
yeah.
because it can't keep
Exactly.
going if
That's
that
a
shit's
good
still
one.
hanging
I
on.
like
yeah,
that, man.
that's true. Because
I like
as
that.
you get lighter
Yeah.
and you start to evolve, then
Real
yeah,
shit.
stuff-
You
it
gotta
just
get that
disappears
weight
on
up
its
off
own.
you. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And keep
Yeah.
going.
That's exactly
Because
what
you're
it
not
is.
gonna make it to your destination with all that shit on you.
Yeah.
So, and all the motherfuckers that's supposed to get to where you going, they stay on there.
I just said this yesterday. I'm sorry.
Let's go. You know
I
what I'm
literally
saying?
just recorded. I'm like, wait a minute. Why does this feel like deja vu? I literally
Deja vu.
recorded this
Let's
yesterday.
go.
Like,
Yeah.
be careful who you share your dreams, your goals with, because everybody is not
Look,
celebrating you. They're not happy, and it's because they're not
hell
happy
no.
within
But I'ma
themselves.
keep
They
it
don't have
real,
the space
though.
for it.
that's something I don't care.
And you don't have to.
I
Oh no,
tell
absolutely
look,
not.
I'ma
Nor
do
should
it
you.
regardless of you.
And you
it's
will,
gonna get done.
'cause
You
you're
know what I'm
supposed to.
saying?
It's meant
Yeah,
for
like,
you.
like, look, if I
Yeah.
say this what we doing, we gonna do it. And if you with it, you with it. If
Or
you
you're
ain't,
not,
you
and
ain't. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
Yeah.
But we gonna be doing the work. We gonna get the grind in. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be working from 9 a.m. to 12
That
a.m.
part, you gotta
know
put
what I'm
the work
saying?
in.
Like, and shit, you see it.
You do have to put the work in.
You gotta
did
put the
that?
work in.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes,
9 a.m. to
Monday,
what?
9 a.m. to
That
12
sounds
a.m.
about right. When you won't
Yeah.
start,
You know what I'm saying? Like, and shit, I was ready for 10 more. Dude, it's a different
That's
vibe.
how it is when
You know
you're
what I'm
living
saying?
in your purpose and you
It's a
got
different
all the
vibe.
energy in the world because
Yep.
you're just so excited and
It's
passionate
just
and
this is
feels
this
good.
is what
Yeah,
I plan to do consistent.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah.
me and mine. You dig what I'm saying? So being able to, like, it's almost like basking in it. You know what I'm saying?
Celebrate that. You should.
You fulfilling it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I can't look. I'm
And
ready
there's
for us
just
to keep
like-
going.
For instance, just for me, when I speak on that, I actually walk it because Bo Deal gave me
Shout
a
out to
chance.
Bro Bo Deal.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, listen, look.
Bo
keep
Deal
going, I'm
did
sorry.
not have to give me a chance, but him giving me those tools and giving me those chances, I got to put in that work. I can't just sit around and be like, oh, you know, Bo Deal gave me this chance and I'm going to just do the bare minimum. No,
Right.
I got to get in there and I got to
So
work
you
and I
gotta
got to
prove
show him that what he did was worth it.
Yeah.
He saw what he saw in me and I actually pulled it out. So that's something that I'm really big on when
And
you
killed
get
it too.
the
You dig? Killed it too. But yeah,
when you
man.
get those opportunities, if you think somebody else is supposed to carry you and you do no work, then you're
That's
not
true.
deserving of it.
That's true. That's what I've been really talking about since I started living in my purpose and deciding to be, you know, an empowerment speaker and coach is to just educate people and see that, like, you know, you don't have to stay stagnant. You don't have to be a certain way. if you want it, but I want to empower them to want
Go get it.
want more.
Yeah.
Right? Why don't you want more?
Yeah.
And ask yourself, is it because you just afraid,
Scared.
or you just don't want to do the work? Are you just being lazy,
Both.
or do you just don't believe in yourself? Do you not think that you're capable
I
of
think
it?
it's all of it.
Yeah,
All
all
of
of that
it.
could be.
think
You know
it's
what I'm
all
saying?
And that's why I just ask the questions and let them figure it out.
Because once you get over the one of them, you're going to
Yep. it's
put
gonna
yourself
all-
down with the
Mhm.
next one. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because I've seen it firsthand.
Yep.
I don't even want to talk about that because he probably called me after. If he see this, he gonna know who I'm talking
Truth
to.
hurts.
You know me.
I don't
know
feel
me.
like I don't feel like talking
know,
to him.
we know.
about
But
that
he already
shit.
said he don't
Look,
care.
I'm saying, what you shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Look.
like, bro, when you see the differences, and he's like, oh well, because
Yeah.
here's my thing: everybody that's for you,
Mhm.
they gonna make it known.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
definitely
like,
will.
and I'm not saying people been around for 20 plus years, damn near, and then some people been around 10 years. I know people that's solid as fuck and been around 1 year.
That-
You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
that
So
too.
it's just like, when you come across solid people, solid
Yes.
individuals, you work with it until it ain't.
That's
And
true.
I
sometimes.
just told somebody time doesn't equal loyalty.
Mhm.
Hell no.
Because some people feel
Unfortunately.
like if I known
Yeah.
you for this amount of time, it
I'm
should be
supposed
me.
to still be
yeah.
Yeah, we gotta let that go.
But this person came in and showed me that they care. They done
Yeah.
been there and done everything, and you done sat back and done nothing but
Mhm.
complain about
Mhm.
everything,
And
and you wonder
complain.
why my relationship is different here than it is with you.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy. I wanted to ask you. You said that before we started, you were saying that you got through something. Tell us the steps it took for you to overcome what you were going through.
Ooh. That's a great question. Oh man. The steps. It was a lot of work. First thing I had to do was surrender.
Do you mind saying what was
Yeah.
wrong?
Yeah. So, thank you. Start
Uh-huh.
from the beginning for the new viewers, those that
Mhm.
don't know me. I came on the show 5 years ago. I had a suicide attempt in 2019. Was going through a very difficult season in my life, going through a separation, moving out, like the family dynamics, everything was changing. So for me, that's always been a trigger. Whenever I start losing people, when my foundation starts crumbling, I freak out. I get powerless. So it was just a lot of stuff I was dealing with. I had the attempt. Basically having to restart a new life was hard. Change is difficult, and for me it almost took me out. So when I came on the show, I think it was November 2019,
Yeah, it was around that
Right
time.
Towards the
look,
end.
right before
before COVID, right?
before, yeah.
I was still in it, but that was like me finally saying, you know what? Okay, this is it. This is your new life. This is your new normal. Now what? You gotta make the best of it. This is your new situation. So when I came on here, I was starting to talk about my attempt and spreading more awareness about it, because I'm like, people would never look at me and know that I was suffering with depression, dealing with a whole lot, holding in a lot, suppressing a lot. So I need to start talking about this, because I need them to know it's okay. I know you're not alone, and you're probably like me, confused. But where do I go? What do I do? How do I tell people what I'm feeling? And I started then, and then COVID hit.
Okay.
For others, I mean, I know COVID changed all of our lives. For me, it was a blessing because it allowed me to sit still. I just had to sit in my shit, and I started doing the work. I actually joined a 12-step program called Emotions Anonymous, and I started doing the steps. I got a sponsor, and that's when I started doing my inner work and, connecting with a higher power and bringing back my spirituality and my faith, and just starting to see that the things that happen to me does not make me a victim. They happen for me to grow and to evolve and to become a better version of me. It wasn't for me to stay in it. It was for me to, okay, reinvent yourself, sis. Rewrite that story. Now, glow up. And that's what I had to do. So 2020, I was like, what? COVID? We going out of town. I'm in Cabo. I'm like, this is the perfect time. Ain't nobody traveling. I just had, I don't know, it was like life just started looking different, and I was just enjoying the moment and just every day. And I had bad days in between, and I would get nervous, like, oh shit, I'm about to relapse. Oh my God, I would panic, but then it would be just a moment. It would just be a day. And I'm like, oh, I'm okay. I am resilient. I just proved and showed myself how strong I am. And that's when I really just started just enjoying where I was, and just enjoying life and loving me, and just going with the flow, learning to allow life to happen and realizing it's happening for me. And magically, somehow, when I turned 40, it was like a light bulb clicked, and I had went through another like situation that really shook me for a minute, but it just
You made it through.
propelled me. When I tell you, I was like, oh, this not finna, I'm not about to allow this to F me up. I'm about to be 40. I have a lot to celebrate. Look how far you have come. You didn't even want to be here to see 40 because you tried to kill yourself at 35. So be grateful for the fact that you can see this. So I went out of town, took myself my first solo trip, and I just did like a spiritual retreat, and I started connecting with myself and meditating and unpacking and letting go of all that grief and all the heaviness from my body, because what we don't know is just because you're not thinking about it does not mean your body does not still hold on to that negative energy and the things that you have not allowed yourself to feel or heal. So when I started doing that, that's when I really was like, oh, so you mean to tell me I can do this and this and this? Then life just started looking different. My mindset changed. And I was like, well, what if I just do this? What if I just really start actually talking about this, helping other people going through these transitions, these women that have to start over again in life because they're going through a divorce or dealing with a loss of a parent or a domestic violence relationship. Like, I've had so much shit I've dealt with. Why can't I help somebody else? Because that's why we're here. We're all here to serve people. And when I started stop making it about me and start looking at other people and having compassion, it just made so much sense. And I just was like, oh, this feels so good to just be in this place. Why do you want to be dark? Why do you want to be in the negativity? That's just heavy. It hurts. This place I love it here. And I know I said that real quick. It wasn't as easy as it sounded, but it's a journey, but you can do it if you're willing to. If you know you're worth it, you'll do it.
I love it.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk, because I remember, when we sat down, we had no idea where the conversations were going, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for it to go that heavy, I'm like, damn, we here.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, since then, I think that was probably one of the heaviest episodes we had. But since then, we've had more and more that
I love it.
we didn't even, you know what I'm saying, have an idea about. We didn't have people
See?
cry on the couch.
See?
You know what I'm saying? We like, damn.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but
People need that. And they don't even know that they need it. And then when it happens, they be like, whew, I feel so much better. And I'm like, that's it. Just feel that shit. Feel it. I know it's uncomfortable. But then when you get through it, you're going to be like, okay. That's why we just need more of that.
What's the definition of a woman's intuition?
It depends. Sometimes it's just trauma.
So that's not my interpretation
look,
of intuition.
I'm like,
that was a hit.
Because
That was a hit,
intuition, from my understanding, intuition is never anything that's going to be fearful, negative, or cause harm. Your intuition is going to steer you in the right direction. So that's what I say, use your intuition. And that's what I had to start trusting in.
So what is it normally used as, though?
People just be saying some shit.
So I think sometimes it's those
cheating, right?
gut.
No, what do you mean?
No, I'm saying when people say a
woman's
intuition,
intuition,
they always referring it to
I
a
knew
woman
something was
knowing
going
that
on. It's always a negative thing.
Oh,
cheating
y'all
on.
equate it to a woman
Okay.
saying
That's
that
what
y'all cheat.
majority
Oh,
of
Lord,
people
look at
equate
this
it
story.
to.
So
Stories,
I
child.
think that sometimes they can feel it because they can see it in actions. And because some people can cover it up, and I'll find some women that didn't feel anything. And that person had been having a 2-year relationship inside of a 5-year relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's always woman intuition. I think they see things and then you start feeling it inside. Like something is different about you. The way you touch me, the way you greet me, the way that we talk is different. So now I feel inside that there's something going on. But I don't think that you can have that without seeing those things, because then again, you have to think about sometimes you've been in relationships and the person did this person might not even be doing the same thing, but it's similar. Now I'm working in trauma because this is what the last person did. I haven't let go of that, so I believe you doing it too, and that person might not be doing it at all. So I think that it really depends on what you see in somebody's actions. Me personally, I don't feel that you don't just not see anything at all and just feel that it's happening, and that's just my
Right.
A lot of
opinion.
times when I be hearing like women's intuition, I think of the word assumptions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
just
that's a good one.
assuming that something, and you might be right or you might not. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't think it was something if you didn't know there's something wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you didn't think, because it never works in reverse. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like your intuition don't tell you, ooh, I think he want me to do this and make him happy. You know what I'm saying?
But it would if you know how to use it. And I think that's the misconception
You
about
know how to use
intuition.
it.
And a lot of women don't even know how to
Mhm.
trust their intuition. So let's start from there.
Mhm.
And it's not just women, because men can have
Yeah.
it too, and they don't even know it. But a lot of
Yeah, it's
women don't
called-
know
hey,
it.
I know some bullshit going on.
No, see again, we
You
keep
feel me?
equating it.
Yeah.
Right, we keep equating that to negative stuff.
Mhm.
When I say my
But then you call it
intuition leads
insecure.
me to things, like case in point, you asked me what was I doing today. I'm not doing anything. Come on, okay, cool.
Mhm.
My intuition say just go. I don't even know what we're talking about, but do it.
Yeah.
Then we get here and I meet you and we find out we
Yep.
both came from HR. That's what I'm saying. My intuition has been guiding me, telling me to just do this. Don't ask no question. Like
It's not
when I
just
told
the
my boss
cheating.
at work, why can't we put any more money into health and wellness for the employees? And she said, I wish we did. And I said, why not? Because y'all got these fat bonuses. That was my intuition, because that was me saying, all right, I'm ready to go, because this is not going to work for me. And right after that, we had the conversation. Cool, give me my severance. I wish y'all well, peace. Because that was me telling God, let's go. Because you didn't show me what I needed to see, and I already knew what my intentions were for 2024. I already knew what my goals were. So he just said, this is what you asked for. Let's go. Keep just following whatever your heart, your mind is telling you to do is going to lead to something. You don't know what it is. That's what I mean by
And
you
it's
got to
that
have
gut
that trust.
feeling.
And it is
Yeah.
that gut. My gut said, go to Sedona, go
Yeah.
do a spiritual retreat. And I literally planned it in less than a week. I just was like, I don't know why. I'm just going with whatever God's telling me to do, because I know something is there for me to find out, something that's going to help me. Is going to get me to the next step. So that's how I use intuition.
And everybody else make it as though it's just
They
for
do.
one thing, and
Yeah,
it's
no.
not,
Yeah.
because I
That's
have
why-
to tell
yeah.
people that,
Mhm.
like, no, everybody gets that. It's
The
either you
spidey
gonna
sense.
follow it,
It's either you're going to follow it,
Or you
right,
not.
or you just going to ignore it.
because it has been times where I've sat back and I had a really bad
Yeah.
gut feeling that don't go here today.
Yep.
And there's been times where I'm just like, okay, I'm just not going to do it because I don't know what may happen. It's a strong feeling that I'm feeling. I don't know why I'm feeling it, and I don't want to feel it. It's been times where I did not went somewhere and it was a car accident, a major car accident on the expressway. And it's those times where I feel that strong feeling and I'm like, no, let me not do this. But
That's
again,
exactly what it is.
a lot of times it's just like, oh, women only have this for men cheating. No, men
No,
can
that's
sit
the
up too like
stereotype.
something ain't sitting right. Like
They can.
they can also feel the
And I'm just wondering,
difference.
is that an intuition or is it just paying attention
That's
to
fear.
you? Which?
That's, like she
You know what
said,
I'm saying?
baggage from a past
Mhm.
relationship. These
Yeah.
are your insecurities. These are these stories from your past situations that you're bringing into this new situation. That's why I keep saying, rewrite that story, sis. You are going to hinder yourself from living the life that you're supposed to live because you're
Yeah.
afraid based on this story from your past. Rewrite that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so this
And I was
man
telling,
did this
that's
for
what I was
me.
telling my homie,
but-
right? You saw some of
Yes,
that. Yeah, like,
but I bet you I'm gonna find the right man. I bet you I know what not to do in this next relationship. I'm going to take what I learned from this, do better, change this around. But I'm going to find somebody. But we can't keep. I don't know. I can't trust you because you know he did this, that, and
because
the other.
somebody I knew a man
Right.
that did this.
And
I
since
don't
you
know
know what,
that
you
nigga.
gonna stay there. You stay there then. You stay right there. That's where you're gonna stay.
Yep.
But see how far you
What
get.
the good Godfather say, you cannot make men of the present pay for the sins of men of the
Period.
past.
You cannot.
You know what I'm saying? That
Cannot.
you can't do it.
And then if you have that, like, I remember one of the things my therapist, because I had to go through a course of therapy, just for things that happened in my life.
We all do.
One of the things that my therapist said is, if that person is willing to work with you, if you did have a bad experience, let them know up front when you get to really know that person, like, hey, these are my triggers. You know, I'm working on it the best that I can. Give them the option to say, hey, I love you enough, or I want to be with you enough to work this out with you, but don't just, you know, put it out there and he like, what is going on with this? Like, what's going on with you? And you sitting up like, no, it's not me, it's you, because no, everybody got some baggage. So we all got certain type of triggers, and we don't know when those triggers gonna come. So be upfront with what you're working on.
If you're self-aware, and that's what I started learning how to do, be self-aware. So me and my guy, like, we weren't together when I first started this, but we got back together, and it wasn't because I wanted us or I was trying to force us to be back together, but what I did do was reach out to him and say, hey, I hadn't talked to him. Like, I hope all is well. Happy New Year. Just wanted you to know I'm good. 2024 going to be a great year. I wish you nothing but the best. I've been doing this. And because I was in a good place, I was able to share love and support and say, I don't have no beef with you. I was hurt. I'm over it. I wish you the best. And we end up being reconnected, and now we're growing. We're doing the counseling. We are learning to date consciously and actually be curious about each other. So I'm curious to know, why are you like that? Why did you react like this? Or when I said that, why did you respond like that? I didn't know how to do that when I was married. It has to be about me. I'm the victim. My husband, he was mad, you not doing what I want. And that's typically how we move in our relationship. Was my husband.
I thought, wait, was.
Yeah, was. I heard he knows that.
I said,
like
what?
that.
That's
Yeah,
a new
was
one.
my
Okay,
husband.
husband.
Because that X thing just sounds so drastic. And
I don't want to say I like it because it's still an X.
Was,
but it was. But
and he knows it. He knows that. I say, hey, husband, he likes it, you know, because we're good. But it took me to go through all of that, that drama, because it was I who ruined. No, I shouldn't say I ruined it, because it's two people, but I did caused the most havoc, because I was the one who was going through the most chaos eternally.
Did you initiated
the
divorce?
He said he wanted the divorce, but I was the one that actually submitted the papers. But we didn't do that until like 2021. I'm like, hey, you ready to do it? All right, we're going to go half on it. And it was super simple because we were in a better place.
You know what I love, though, about what you were just saying is you taking accountability.
Yeah.
For, you have some women that don't take, and men that don't take accountability for any of their actions.
That's true.
So it's good to hear
Thank
you say
and that's
that.
what I'm trying to teach women. Like, sis, it's okay.
Yeah.
Own up to it and be like, look, I ain't perfect. He ain't perfect. We don't got to be perfect, but we can grow together. We can try to be better together. And if not, I wish you nothing but the best. No hard feelings. You stay there. I'm going to go here, because what's for me is for me, and vice versa. So
why it's so hard for people not to take accountability?
Because we stuck in us.
Taking accountability means that you got to go through what you did. You got to
take some onus.
We don't want to see ourselves.
You have to admit to the fact that you did this wrong. You know what I'm saying? Not taking accountability is almost like lying to yourself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't do nothing wrong. Well,
for me, my taking I had to take a lot of accountability just for the way my life went. You know, who I choose to have kids with. You know, I got my oldest who is by someone else. Even though we have a good relationship, nobody wants a broken home, but I had to take accountability for my decisions. I chose to do that. And when you take those accountabilities of why is your life going this way, because of me, not because anybody else, but because of me. And that's a hard shot at yourself when you sit with it and think like, damn, this is me. So it's either you gonna run from it or you gonna go through it, understand what you did, and try to do better. But people try to make it seem like the healing is so, oh, this is the best thing ever. You don't just start healing and become healed. Those scars stay with you. That accountability stays with you. There are times where you go back and think, like, you know, what can I do now that I didn't do then? And then you have to erase what you did then and accept it to move on, so that you're not constantly in competition with your past.
Right.
So that you can stay in the present and worry about your future.
Let's go.
That's it. That's all it's about. Like here and the now, and
It's been like the most
coming ahead.
socially conscious.
Like it's
time.
real.
Like,
But it's
real,
time for us to
yeah.
have these
It's like-
conversations.
yeah.
Like, come on, y'all. We all in the
Episode we
same
done had,
age
I
bracket. Like, we're at this point where it's like, do you want to stay? I don't want to be the same person I was when I was 30, or especially when I was 35.
Because
Like,
who I am now is who I
don't.
wasn't this person a year
I know
ago.
I'm not. though.
okay.
I'm constantly
And that's
moving
that part.
forward.
30, hell, not me.
I don't know.
at
30, I was alright.
You
I
was
think
alright?
I was
You think
alright,
so?
but I hadn't. 30. I think 30 for me was when I kind of like started to figure it out and started.
Did you?
And started getting on my purpose. I would say, like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying. Like, I moved back
I
to the
was
crib.
5 years late.
You know what I'm saying? I got married. I started leaning into, you know, the music management and still, you know, just the grind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think 30 was a definitely a turning point in me, where I don't feel like, yeah, I ain't have it all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But 30 was a good time for me to elevate. You know what I'm saying? A lot was going on, and it was right at the right time, because by the time I was 30, so 35 when we lost Pops? Huh. Well, it's 20. Yeah, I was about 35, 30.
How old are you now?
Well, I'll be 42 this year.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know what I mean? And it was like, damn.
Yeah.
It was time. Like, 30 was a good time for me to start to elevate and really, you know what I'm saying, become who I'm trending to. So now, let's see.
I was a late bloomer.
I don't think you should say late bloomer, because we all have it at different moments.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like
Some still ain't got it.
35 was when I finally figured out, like,
Some
chill out.
55 and up.
You about to live life now. Because earlier, I wasn't living with a purpose. Like, it's like just living day by day.
Yeah.
No goals,
Same.
none of that. I'm just living, just waking up,
Mm-hmm.
not caring about nothing until I met my wife. And then
Mm-hmm.
that's when I'm like, yo, you gotta start doing this shit. Learning how to raise a son on the fly. Or raising kids, period, on the fly. So, yeah.
You did it. Me, it was the opposite. I had the son, and we were already like living like we were married, but then we officially got married. And because of the mentality that I had, we don't have to get married, it's just a piece of paper. Because in my house, my family, there's nobody happily married anymore. My parents were separated, even though they're deceased, but they were separated. I just didn't see any positive examples of marriage, so I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with that shit. We can just do this. And baby, when that piece of paper came, he had expectations, and I was like, wait, what? You want me to do what now? We didn't talk about that. I'm not even sure. And then I am growing as a woman, because now I'm 30. I'm starting to have my own shit come up. So this is when the depression really was. It had always been doing this thing, but I kept running from it. I kept distracting myself from it. So I was going through the most in first 30 through 35 when I had my attempt. And then the last chapter, the 35 through 40, it was like, oh, okay. So it happened for me, so I could finally get to this point, this moment of who I am today. So I'm just grateful, just to be able to grow, because people don't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
Or they do, they just don't choose to accept it and do
we
it.
just talking about that, right?
That's
You know what I'm
what it
saying?
is.
Like, people, and that's what I was telling my homie. I'm like, man, you gotta come out of that. Like, you gotta think positive. You can't think in every scenario that somebody brings up, you think of the negative. Nah, that's just reality. No,
crazy.
it's not. And if that's your reality
that
and
part,
what you
that's
think,
theirs.
then you need to talk to somebody about
Okay,
that, because that's
okay.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, real
We
talk.
make it
You
so
can't.
complicated.
You
Yeah.
can't think, oh, like, if somebody say something about marriage, why do you always think it's gonna be negative? Yeah, 50% of marriages in the U.S. end in divorce. But all right, what about the 50 that don't?
Right.
Right.
If you're 50-50 odds on a crap table, that's crazy good.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with trying to do it in marriage?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, 50-50 ain't bad. That's
Yeah.
red or black. You know what I'm saying? We got
That's
a
true.
50-50 chance of winning. That's better than a lot of shit out here.
And if that's your
Motherfuckers got
mentality,
a negative. You got like a 0.000002 chance of winning the lottery, but people still play it every day.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You got to give yourself the chance. If you don't even give yourself the chance to excel and build something valuable, then why try at all?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like saying, oh, well, how many kids from your high school went to college and graduated? It's less than 50% probably, right?
Sure.
So that means you're not going to try and tell your kids to do it?
Exactly.
Fuck, you just going to give up on it because, come on, man, what we talking about? Like,
and then it's bad. Like, you have some married couples that I come across, you have some that's super happy about it, but then you have majority like, don't do it.
Yep.
You don't.
And that's because they're just not happy
women
in
and
shit.
men. Yeah.
That's
And
true.
it's like,
I don't know what that means.
my thing is, that's so ignorant because it's just like, I bet, then why y'all married? Why y'all ain't changing?
Exactly.
Because
They
y'all
went into
know
it like that.
It's maybe that day you probably felt like
Yeah.
that. This shit ain't easy. You might have had an attitude that day when you had that conversation. Next time you see them, they having the time of their life.
Oh yeah.
And they raising their kids and they doing this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that day you caught them on a bad day and they gonna tell you some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was saying. I'm like, Joe, you can't sit there and expect shit to be perfect. And that's the problem that I think a lot of us have is you think every day is a fairy tale. Fuck no.
Hell no.
Life is hard by yourself.
Right.
Now you got
Facts.
somebody with you to make it through this shit together.
Yeah.
You want to do it by yourself, go ahead, but it's a whole lot better when you got somebody that
to
you know
support you.
that got your back, that's gonna support you. Y'all gonna goddamn it get through this shit.
Oh, my
you
mama.
see so many people, goddamn it, hitting it with the negative. It bothers the hell out of me.
And that's why they are where they are, because they can't reframe their mindset to see, well, maybe if I
don't
look at it
understand
differently,
it.
I can attract different things. I can get the job, the money, the man, the family, the house. If you just said, I want it, I can do it, you'll make it happen, because this is the way we are as
Words
humans.
mean-
But we got to rewrite the narrative and be like, damn, you know what, that happened to me.
Words mean
Watch
things.
this.
The more you
It
say that
does.
negative shit,
And you have
the
to
more
feel
that's
it.
what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? When you say when you say the positive, you think positive things happen. It is
And it
what it
does.
is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's the
I
law of
say,
attraction.
when you pray to God, you don't pray for the negative.
So don't.
You pray for the positive. So why you speaking of negative now?
Right.
Do the same thing.
Cancels
you know what
it
I'm
out,
saying?
doesn't
Real
it?
shit. It just
It doesn't make sense, but
don't
you're
make
right.
sense. Yep.
That's what I had to start doing. That's when when I started doing meditation,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I really just started just tapping into that. And that's the law of attraction. And it's like, oh, okay, I visualize it, I feel it. I know what that's going to feel like, what I'm going to do with that. When I get that dream, I'm living it every day the minute I wake up. No, it doesn't look like this on the outside, but once you start feeling it, you are going to be it, and you're going to live it and do it, and watch the shit just gonna start happening. It's going to start coming towards you. That's how it works. That's what I had to learn. That's why I'm sitting here today. That's why I was like, oh no, I asked for this. I definitely asked for all of this. So let's go, God. I'm ready. What's next?
you been back on for what? A couple weeks?
I literally been back on for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's
2
what I'm
whole
saying.
weeks.
I'm like, man.
And I had to tell myself, be patient.
when you
slow
coming
down.
back? You know what I'm saying?
Remember, because what did I tell you? And I said, I don't know what I told him the last time. I don't know if I was like, when I have something to share or when the time is right, but I was like, it's go time. Now it's the time.
Yeah, let's roll.
That's how it works. Like, it's so simple, yet we make it so complicated. But you got to sit in the dark to get to the light. But you're going to have to sit in this shit, though.
Yeah.
You are going to have to do the work and see yourself.
Yeah, man, I'm enjoying it, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know what I'm saying, what you
Yeah,
got. Y'all got
tell me
anything
something
y'all
else.
got coming up, going on that y'all want to even bring up? Any questions y'all got for us? You know what I'm saying? Any topics, anything, you know? We here, we chilling.
Well, I do have a question.
Yeah.
Just you being a man,
Mm-hmm.
how would you deal with if you were in a scenario with your mother treating your child differently, and you saw that happening, and you saw that your other sibling child was getting treated a certain way, but she treated yours different because she didn't like your wife?
You know what? That's something that wow. I'm fortunate. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I couldn't see that scenario happening because of the way my family per se is set up. We're very like tight, like close knit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna address it right out the gate. I'm the type, I don't avoid any kind of confrontation. If I have something to say, everybody know I'm gonna say it. You dig what I'm saying? I don't care who around, what it is. If I feel like it needs to be addressed, I'm going to address it. And I just don't. It's hard because my mom's don't carry herself that way. You dig what I'm saying? Like it's just not. It would. I just don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't imagine it, but I'm gonna speak up on it. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because like my family is like very tight knit.
That's
And that's
what I'm
something
used
that
to.
I try and make sure like at this point I'm the patriarch in my family. You know what I'm saying? Shit flows through me. You know what I'm saying? We got something going on and I'm okay with that because that's honestly what I was left with. My grandfather died young. My pops died young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I got uncles and stuff, but here in Chicago, I'm the patriarch. You dig what I'm saying? My family flows through me. And my wife has a large side of her family. And even if it was vice versa, even if it was, let's say, for instance, my mother-in-law, I'm going to address it. You know what I'm saying? But also, you got to remember my situation different. I've been around for 25 years. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife been together since high school. You know what I'm saying? Our
That's
oldest
so
22.
sweet.
So it's like, it's hard to, you know what I'm saying, to gauge it because this is what it is. This is
Yeah.
my family. Like, what you mean you going to act different towards them? No, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
it's
so
just, they just don't
unfortunate.
operate that way. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I
So
can't
it's
imagine
hard.
that.
You know what I'm saying? But I also know
Mm.
there are people within these, you know, in the family that might not have all these screws. That might need to be loved from afar. That I'm not gonna play with or deal with
Yeah.
because of that reason. But you also, you know, it takes a village. Everybody in the village, just because you were born into that line, doesn't mean you're gonna remain there.
Right.
Yeah.
So stepmama can easily substitute what you supposed to be given.
Yeah.
We don't need the negative. We'll
Yeah.
just focus on the positive. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Good energy only. See what I did there?
Yeah.
See what I did there? You know what I'm saying? But
You
yeah, you know
know,
what I'm saying? You
you're
can't
right.
worry about that negative. You gotta, hey, lean
that's
into the
about
positive.
her. That's her. That's her
Mm-hmm.
cross to bear.
Yep.
And she's only harming herself because your man, y'all gonna make sure your baby taken care of regardless, and he got a stepmother
He got
that's
grandma.
showing up.
It ain't
Yeah.
step
Right.
grandma. It's grandma.
No,
Is his
it's
grandma?
grandma.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
So he got
That's-
somebody. So if y'all pull away and she realize she's sitting there alone by herself and ain't nobody reaching out, that might just be the wake up call where she might need to be like, damn, what's wrong with me? Why is nobody?
Yep.
Sis, maybe it's you, and it's a lot of us like that, and it's like, well, why are you like that? Because why she got a problem with you? I don't know.
When you
but-
have a voice with certain people,
Okay.
and they're not used to you having that voice, when you call people out on their
Oh,
shit,
yeah, their generation
right
definitely
then and
don't
there,
like
it's like, okay, you're disrespecting me. I'm a grown woman just like you. I'm being as respectful as I can, but when it comes to my kids, those are lines that I don't cross. You can cross them with me sometimes,
Right.
but my kids, I do not play about my kids. It's off the
Mama
tables
bear,
with them.
baby, and she bite.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I swear.
And
She don't
until
play.
it come, like even just the way I was brought up, there's a lot of times where I felt like I was not protected. So it's very deep for me when I feel like, hey, you will not treat my
Yeah.
kids this way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set that tone, and we're gonna keep it that way. If you don't like it, you can move to the side, but you won't come over here and make one child feel different from the other, because don't nobody operate like this around us. So
That's 'cause she was raised like that, and it's sad. I know women like that have done that with their own biological grandchildren, just because of the fact that they like this child better than that child, and it's because of the way that they were raised, and that's why I'm like,
and it comes
it's
plays
so
into
sad,
favoritism.
and it does.
It's really big, and a lot
And
of
we got to
families,
remove that,
it's
and we
big.
do. And I'm like, but why? That's, I don't even want to know why. I know where it comes from, but it's like, okay, so let's stop it, because you're only going to create these stigmas and these things in these children as they get older. And they're going to have them stories of, I was treated differently than my sibling.
Only way you can stop it is by showing
awareness.
different, going, what you say, change the
Oh, you got to rewrite the story.
rewrite
You
the
do.
story,
We
you know what I'm
got to write
saying?
all
So
these.
That's
with
why I'm like-
yours and going forward, you have to only lean into the positive and into the good and showing them that, because that's what's going to be pushed forward. We leaving
is.
I'm rewriting it.
Yes.
This is
It's
my
us.
story. This is
Yes.
how we do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had a great foundation. You know what I'm saying? Like
And
I
that
said,
matters.
it
The
absolutely it matters
foundation
more than
matters.
anything
It
else in a
is.
child's life.
Yes.
It's that foundation that
Yep.
you build as parents. You know what I'm saying? And that's what carries on, because everything that happens to our children is because of us.
Yeah.
One way or another, you can like it or not. It could be the mistakes we made or the great decisions that we made. But everything that happens to them is because of us, and that's our job as parents, is to make sure they are pushed forward the best way possible.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're right. Focus on my mother and my bonus mom. I couldn't ask for
that's what I'm saying.
anything
So,
else.
More than
Can a great foundation come from a single parent household?
it can.
Yeah.
It
if
can.
you got the right support
It's gonna be
around.
harder. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because there's things that will be missing that needs to be there, but that doesn't mean it can't, because it takes a village too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like my nephew. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the greatest little niggas I know. You know what I'm saying? As much as he get on my nerve, yeah, like real talk. But he had the village. He had the luxury of my pops and me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, and of course, my sister, one of the best people I know, period. Like, hands down, period. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it definitely can. It's just a different struggle. It's a different, but once it's recognized, you do the things to compensate. You know what I'm saying? You do the things to compensate and push it through. Because, shit, sometimes it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's going to happen. And sometimes some of us have to pick up the pieces from others' failures. You know what I'm saying?
Most
and
of the time.
shit,
Yeah.
gotta
We should-
start building somewhere.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
What made you get into acting?
Yeah, Lorena, what made you get into
That's
acting?
so funny.
Actually, when I was younger, I always wanted to entertain a family.
Same.
So, R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly.
Oh shit.
That was my performance song in front of. I
Cause-
remember that
I had that in my
because I
graduation.
love that song. I would do it in front of the family. I
Okay.
was always the one that wanted to like make everybody laugh. I wanted to sing. It was just always in me, and just growing up, my mom used to be like, "You're just a character. Like, you need to be on something." But that was just me, like my natural me, and that's something that even just coming back to finding me, I'm like really silly, like for real. And I like to have fun. I like the jokes. So then she had put me into like the John Robert Powers acting and modeling stuff.
Hey, I think everybody up north by
Oh my goodness.
Hey, listen,
I went
everybody.
to the one downtown.
Look,
I didn't go to the one over here.
Listen, I was
Yeah.
there,
Wow.
and I remember taking my daughter there, right? You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm a sales guy, right? And so I equate everything to that. And it was basically like a marketing company.
Oh,
They have
yeah, it
all
was.
these kids come through, and I'm going through.
Yep.
And I'm like, this seems like some bullshit.
Okay.
And what it is basically they trying to get business. You know what I'm saying? So these parents that want their kids to
Pay
be
all this money.
well, you
this
gotta
money.
pay this money for your agent and to be
Your
part of the agency and this, that, and the other and all that.
Yeah.
We'll do your headshots for XYZ.
They gonna get you to this
Yeah.
Vegas show that you're supposed to go to.
Competition.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
I did it in LA.
sometimes they will.
Yeah.
If you paying them money, they have to do the work.
Right.
My
Yeah.
thing is, a lot of people that
I
were
agree
trying to
with
push it didn't have that money. That
That's
was the
what
point.
it came down to.
But
I did
I,
that shit.
I love to see where they are now, because honestly, the internet has kind of squashed a lot of it.
It has.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, it
Definitely
has squashed
They're
a lot
called
of that.
Barbizon. What is it? Barbizon. School
Barbizon
now.
had been around too
Yeah.
for a while.
Because
But they bought them
they
out.
didn't kind of
I
switch.
can see
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it was just a lot. I always wanted to do that. I've always loved that. Then I was doing the stuff in church because I was brought up in church and singing in a choir, and they had the plays and stuff there. And then I went into actual doing plays, and I just loved it. Then I got pregnant with my son, and I was just like, okay, I got to get money. I got to do that. So I kind of
Gotta
pulled
pull
back.
Mhm.
And then I got back into it, and I came across some people that was wanting other things, pleasure from me. So it would be like, hey, I'm going to do this photo shoot for you. Take your shirt down a little bit. Like, you know, what do you want to do? It wasn't professional, so I became scared. I lived in fear, so I was like, I don't want to go out here and be in fear and someone do something to me. Everything my dad said growing up is true. So I just left it alone. I didn't start back until Breezy actually had
Shout out
auditions
Breezy.
for Tyrant. Shout out Breezy. I went to apply for it. I didn't get the role that I wanted.
What was that for? You remember?
For the Tyrant, like Father, like Son.
Okay.
That was when I actually went back into it. So what was that, last year? I didn't get the role I want, but Bo was like, I see something in you. So he had put me in it, and ever since then I was talking to Bo. Bo Deal is the most genuine person you will ever meet. And I'm not saying this because, I'm under him, but Bo, I stress this so much, he did not have to do anything for me. And I know that it's a blessing because for me to come in and him see something in me, that was just really big. So I started back up, and even then I was a little fearful because I'm like, you see everybody else, they got their status, and I ain't been doing anything for a while, so I'm just like, I ain't got no name. I got 600 followers on Instagram. And Bo was like, don't worry about it. You gonna get there. Just keep working, do the work. I got you as long as you work. And just now, like, it's so much that's coming up. You got the other movies that he have that I'm gonna be in. You got the series. That's all I can say. That what he said that on his live. I can't say nothing else though. But it's so much that's coming up, and I'm just grateful, and I'm gonna work my butt off for everything. But I love doing it. Like, if it's anything that I love doing, is that just getting into action. It's tiring, but I love it. Like the scenes that you got to keep going over. But I really love it, and I like talking. Like, I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone.
Yes.
That's something that I have to grow in. I'm still growing in that area because when it come down to lights, camera, action, I'm just like in the background. Like, I can sit this out. I'm going to be in a movie, but I'm going to sit it out. And Bo was like, you better get up there and talk to people and tell them who you are. And I'm just like, nah. He was like, I don't want to see that timid shit when we get to that.
That's right.
So he's just like, you got to know. And
you deserve to be there.
I will let you all know that I did not know that I was deserving of this until 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I had a car accident. But before that, my mom had a surgery where I had to make a last-minute decision. We found out she had blood clots all through her lungs, and that she was going to die if she didn't get the surgery. They gave me 10 minutes to decide. Did that, helped my mom out. My job fired me because I was taking care of my mother. Right after that, 3 weeks ago, I got into a car accident. I was like, okay. All right.
I'll try you.
I deserve to be here. All of this is happening to me. It's trying to stop me and push me from, it was trying to give me doubt, like, should you be doing this? You need to make sure that you're making money for this. I was like, no, I deserve to be here. So when I came in for rehearsal, it was like, I need to prove to me, not to nobody else. I need to prove to myself that I got this. And that was that.
That's what was coming out.
That's what.
Listen, look. When y'all see it, when I tell you, right? So, just to piggyback on what she's saying, I'm gonna keep it real. I've been knowing Bo a couple years now, right? But we hadn't really had that kind of day in, day out conversation relationship. He's absolutely one of the most genuine people that I've come across. That you see it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't fake. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? And just to see how he interacts with y'all, I'm very I'm impressed. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the good brother Bo Deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, we got some shit coming, and it's I'm just glad to be a part of it too. You know what I'm saying? I came in. I was always really behind the scenes one way or another. Shout out my business partner Breezy. You know what I'm saying? And after the first one, I'm like, man, look, I need in. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. After the first one, because I was always behind the scenes and asking me, we discuss business moves and things that we think would be better for us, just going forward. And after seeing the success of the first one, even the first movie, and just like that, Facts and Law, of course, we did the media for that. We did the media for the first Tyrant, and I was just, impressed with the way things are coming together, and I'm like, look, it's time for me to really get back into what I do. You know what I'm saying? And it gave me an opportunity to get back because I have some goals of my own that I need to fulfill. And I feel like it's the perfect team since it's everybody I've already worked with. You know what I'm saying? That we've been been doing this for a while, and I'm excited for y'all to see what's coming next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The team. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna have a part in it. Y'all will see coming. You know what I'm saying? And I just really glad to be right in the mix. You know what I'm saying? We mixing it up and getting it going. So,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Good
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But dealing that pen is something crazy, and y'all finna see how good he is with that. Like, not let me not even say good. He is great with that. So when y'all see what he got coming,
Yeah.
it's gonna be big.
It's impressive to say the least. Yo.
Yeah.
Like real talk, just to see the ambition, you know what I'm saying, the drive, the grind. It's, you know what I'm saying. I love it. I see, you know what I'm
And
saying.
his story.
Yeah.
That's just.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's a lot of good coming out of it. A lot of good people involved. You know what I'm saying. Like y'all gonna see it, man. It's pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying. Pretty damn good.
Y'all give me all kind of inspiration. You just
Yeah.
just hit me out again. See, I always see God in everything because that was something I always wanted to do. I did the John Robert Powers thing. I used to always want to be an actress. Definitely, as a child, I always used to tell my mother, I'm going to be on TV. I'm going to be on TV. And they invited me to go to LA, but I was like, nah, I'm going to go to college. But I still did theater. I still had the passion. I used to work for Gallery 37 in high school. Like, I used to love to do improv. Oh my God. Yes, what? You couldn't tell me I was going to work. I'm like, I'm about to go play because this shit is fun. And they're paying me. That was like a dream job. Like, and it just hit me like, you did have those dreams as a little girl. And I love how you said, I had to remember, like, who I was as a child, letting your inner child play. Like, we forget who we are at the core. That's who we were brought in this world to be.
Yeah.
Just life getting in the way. We get grown, and it's like, hold on, you don't gotta take shit so serious. But come on back out and play. It's okay. It's just life.
And we lose ourselves.
We
We
do.
start going by somebody else's
Somebody
vision
else's,
and what you
yes.
should be doing. But I realized that my vision is not for anybody else. It's mine. So whatever I say, it might sound crazy to everybody else, but it's mine. Like God gave it to me. My gift is mine. Like we have our talents and we have our gifts. I know what my gift is and I know what my talent is. And my talent was going to that job working in human resources because I can do that. But my gift is what I can give to the world. And that's just something I want to bring to life.
Check it all out. We out here
I love
cooking
it.
today.
I love it.
We out here cooking today, man. Listen.
I love it.
Look, you got something, bro? I'm good, man.
Good, man.
All this love, light, and positivity. I'm here for it.
It's good energy on
See,
it,
because
man.
because like you said 5 years ago, oh yeah, it was dark. Because I was dark. But today, I'm like, let's go. You see, I'm brighter, I'm
Camera
glowing.
too.
Yes, everything.
Yeah, but I mean,
Everything
like,
in it.
it's a
Everything
metaphor
has
for all
grown.
of it, though. You
That's
know
what I said.
saying?
We've all
Yeah.
grown since that time. And
Oh, definitely.
it's just full circle. That's how I love how that just happened. I'm
He
like,
didn't even
look
know you
how
were
y'all
coming
come.
until
Oh,
I was
for
standing out
real?
front waiting on you.
Wow.
I was
That's
like,
crazy. I
wait
love
till you see
it.
you
Oh,
coming.
okay.
She's like, who? I was like, yes.
That's
You know what I'm
cool.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna support the movie, support y'all.
Listen, the premiere is gonna be great. Look,
That's what's up.
it's gonna look. I don't know. So one thing I do want to talk about real quick, as a filmmaker, right? People, you see the jokes about Tubi and this, that, and the other. You have to understand what Tubi is. Tubi allows any filmmaker down there to put their work up and also get paid from it.
Right.
If the people gravitate towards it, these film companies, these independent filmmakers are gonna get paid on it. So when you get some that put up this good work, y'all go support it, because I'm telling you, it's a lot of gems on there.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, like real talk, people don't even understand how hard the game is, and this is an opportunity for people to really make some real money and headway in this game independently. You get away from all the Hollywood bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And you can get your own stories out. We don't have to tell the stories they want us to tell. We can tell our own. You dig what I'm saying? So all that it's the same old. It's a lot on there. It's a lot on there. Y'all can start with Mr. Mata, you know what I'm saying, that we did ourselves.
Was the movie.
Yeah,
Was
that's
Spiller, right?
Yeah, it was
and I was like, I went to college with him. Yeah.
So you saw
That
Mr.
was
Mata?
good. Remember my message? I was like, I went to school with him.
So wrote it,
SIU.
directed, produced
Yeah, you
it,
told me.
Tay shot it. Like, that's our baby. You dig what I'm
I like
saying?
that.
And that's just one of many. New script done already. Well, it's almost done. Next week is the deadline for me. Right?
Ignite Your Love.
Ignite Your Love. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Breezy. You know what I'm saying? I co-directed that with her. What's the one before that? A Part of the Game is on there as well. You'll see me flash my face in that. Tino in it as well. You dig? That's the first movie, A Promise That Was Broken. We worked on that as well. Then you got, of course, Tyrant, the Like Father, Like Son. Please go watch that, because I'm telling you, you need to prepare yourself for part two. Part two is, I'm telling you, go check it out. It was number one on Tubi for at least 3-4 weeks.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It was most liked, the favorite.
Hope.
A West Side Story.
Hope, A West Side Story. Shout out Celeste Burton. She's family, because we shot The Conglomerate. You can watch that on YouTube, the Conglomerate TV show. Celeste will be on here soon. Matter of fact, I tried to get her tonight, but she told me her hair wasn't done, so she don't have to wait till next week, right? So y'all will be seeing Celeste soon. You know what I'm saying? She's an actress and director and writer. She's got projects out, projects coming. Who else? I don't want to leave nobody out, but I'm telling you, it's so much content from right here in the city. And the more that we support those, the more that our people will be able to benefit from it and give y'all even more content. I know a lot of people on Tubi talk about the Detroit scene. They done had it locked up for a while. It's Chicago time now. I'm done. You did?
And if anybody want to know, if you are looking to be a part of any of Breezy Films or anything that Bo has written, you can go to Breezy Films and go in there and submit, so that you can be one of the actors or actress, that you can be in the portal when they're pulling for people.
You'll see our casting calls that go out. Make sure you follow Bo Deal, follow Breezy. Shit, I'll get on us later. But make sure you follow them, because that's the easiest way to get yourself in. If you're thinking, oh, I want to do that. Listen, we had 5 roles available a few weeks back. We had 60-something people come audition for those 5 roles. This how serious it's getting here in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really a film scene, and it's real money out here that's being spent and made. So if it's something you think you want to do, get in tune with the right ones, and we are the right ones. I'm going to go ahead and keep it real. Like, it's a lot coming. We got scripts in the works. Like, it's not going to stop. This is literally just the very beginning, and y'all going to see. Like, it's a real big deal. So, let's get it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, when I show up at the audition.
Hey, listen, you already know what time
like you don't know me.
Listen,
It's business.
No, listen, but real talk. I want to shout out T. You know what I'm saying? T, she in the movie. She came and earned her spot on that day when we were auditioning for those 5 roles and had 60-some people come out. She was one and got her role. And that and I told her.
She speak her stuff into existence.
Yeah, and I told her it didn't have nothing to do with me. She got that on her own.
Is T the one with the dread?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out T.
Cousin.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And she came through. I'm like, go get it. You dig what I'm saying? I had nothing to do with it. I told her, you got that all on your own. You dig what I'm saying? Because she came in and did what she was supposed to, and she spoke it into existence. Yeah. That's what we got to do. Go after what's yours. You know what I'm saying? And claim that shit.
That's simple.
Yep. Kiana, tell them where to find you.
You all can find me at KS Empowerment on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. And just be on the lookout. I will be sharing more, because, like you said, it's time for us to share our voice. It is time for us to stop playing small. It's time for us to just live in our purpose and our truth. We are meant to be seen. Black women, it is our time. Let's go, ladies. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to empower us. I'm here to help us rewrite our stories and realize we're no victims no more, because we can get whatever it is we want. You want that man, sis, you're going to get that man. You want that job, get it. You want to start the business, start it. Write the book. Go after the acting job. Do whatever the hell you want to do. It's just life, We take it so serious. Play. I know, because I was there. It was so serious for me. I wanted to end it. And why? Because of some shit I made up in my head. It was just all a story. And once I rewrote it, it was like, oh, okay. I got this, now what?
Nice.
So that's what I'm here for.
All right, and you gave them your info, where to find you, right?
Yep, I'm Lorita Victory on Instagram and Facebook. That is LORITA .victory, VICTORY.
You dig. Oh, something? All right, check it out. So, if you want to follow me, it's your boy Chicago Outlaw, the West Side Legend. CHICAGOUTLAW. The same O in Chicago is the same O in Outlaw. It's only one. And if you want to follow us, it's the Facts and Law Pod Show. It's a pod show, not a podcast.
Pod
You need
show,
to
I
see
like
this
that.
fly. You dig?
Yeah. You want to follow me? You can follow me on Instagram, Eating with Facts.
Mm-hmm.
You can also follow us on TikTok,
Mhm.
Facts Law Pod Show,
Mhm.
Facebook, Facts and Law Pod Show.
Pod show.
If y'all love what y'all just saw, please hit the like. We need that. The algorithm
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
rocks with the likes.
Mhm.
Support.
I also hit the notification bell to get notified every single time we drop content. Share this joint. Drop a comment below. We need all that.
All that. Like,
Argue,
share
comment,
it.
argue
share.
with this
Share.
guy.
Talk crazy if you want to. Hey, listen,
He got the time.
Hey, you gonna fuck around? You gonna fuck around blocking me? Goddamn it! You know what I'm saying? Cause shit, I be towing the line on them strikes. If they gonna get me, I be towing the line. I embarrass you.
And today, just like yesterday, we building this thing brick by brick.
That organic shit.
I
Hey,
love
look.
it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the journey. I'm having fun. I know
Let's
y'all
get
having
it.
fun.
You
Yes,
dig?
I want to be back.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course, y'all family. Y'all officially Facts of Law family. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing.
Yeah, man. And y'all know what it is. Life is good.
I'm trying to
It
tell
is.
you.
We gonna catch y'all on the next one.
Yeah.
Peace. Gang, 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 gang. You dig? That was